skill is in how to ask the right question to get the right result. We loaded term 1 and term 2's reports. We loaded notes for term 3, and we said, please compare. And it produced an unbelievable document that said, this was the progress before. We've seen some reduction here, but this is what we've done to include it. It even said to us, you haven't included enough advice for parents. It gave us some feedback in terms of what we need to add. It was just remarkable. And we're changing voice, and we're just playing with it, and my teachers are blown away. So now their admin duty is a couple of minutes, not 2 weeks, so they can focus on teaching. It's brilliant.
Well done. That's awesome to hear. Yeah, no, and that's the promise that AI makes, is to save us that kind of time. So when you match a use case properly with the right tool, then that's the kind of results that you get. I mean, I don't know if you remember, we spoke a couple of weeks ago about breaking down your job title into different functions and then seeing how much you can save at everyone. And then, you get 20%, 30%, 40%, but I think even going up to 80 or 90% in some cases, if it's the right tool for the right job. So yeah, those are the things that are possible. Yeah, we'll chat a little bit more about that today. Just want to say hi to Harry and Tabani and Ashni. How are you guys?
Hi, good, and you?
Yes, good, man, good. You sneaked on without your camera, so I almost missed you. Good. No, welcome. Harry, how are you?
Yeah, great, thanks. I'm pleased to be here. Unfortunately, the session clashes with my gym, so I might need to leave early or listen on my...
That's you got to decide on priorities, Harry.
I was just wanting to know if the AI can sort the gym out for me.
Yeah, get the AI to do your gym workout for you. Good. All right. Okay, quickly, I'm going to go through a few things. I have pressed the recording this time. I don't know if you guys know, last time I didn't press the recording, so that all that whole session is now not available on the website. But if you guys want an update on that, or if you want to go back to it, I can share it with you guys maybe in another session. So I'm just quickly going to share my screen and show you what I got for you today. As you guys know, if you sign up on the website and you become a VIP member of ROI from AI, you get access to the recordings from the previous weeks, except for last week's meeting. But you also get access to the material that I actually present. So, for instance, if you click on that button over there, you'll see two Word or Docs, Google Docs. That is basically, the one is the tutorial folder or tutorial file, tutorial Google Doc. And the other one is the news section that I'm doing. So if there's anything we discussed during the meeting, you can always refer back to these documents and go click on the links and things and go find the articles again, or maybe rewatch some of the things that we discussed. I've also put it in this outline format, so you've got sort of the shortcuts on the side if you want to jump back to previous articles or previous things that we've chatted about. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. I'm going to be starting again with a tutorial section instead of the news section, so that we can have that up in the front of the video, because I think that's what most people are interested in. So I mentioned the previous thing, that the job GPT. I don't know if you guys, if you were in a meeting, you remember we spoke about job GPT, which is the one where you can put your job title into the GPT, and then it will actually tell you how much of your job can be done by AI. So for instance, if you put in marketing manager role, it will tell you a marketing manager needs to do strategic planning, content creation, market research, all of those sort of stuff. And then here's the estimated time that can be saved if you use AI and the type of things that AI can do for you. So there you see you're getting percentages, 30, between 30 and 50% and that sort of things in your particular role that it could do. So here's the link to that bot. You can, if you've got ChatGPT, just go search for the GPT that is called Job GPT if you want to have a look at your specific role. So as I said, it breaks it into subtasks, helps you prioritize and that sort of things. Then there's another one that's called Campaigns GPT, where you can literally write out a campaign or a project that you're planning, and it will do the same thing. It will break it up into different sections, subtasks and things like that, and then give you a percentage of how much time you can save if you used AI for that function. So again, you can go and see how much of that you can outsource to AI, and there's the link for that one. So this is what we discussed last week. So the same people, a company called SmartX has come out with yet another one. And actually, if you go to SmartX, you'll see there's the three links, and they've come up with one called Problems GPT. Now, I like this one because what it does, it basically, if you've got a problem in your business, it's often the biggest problem is to define that business, that problem properly, and then go and ask the AI to help you with that problem. So in this case, this tool will actually help you to define the problem properly and then come up with a strategy. So for instance, if you've got a problem like this, our new subscriber growth is down 20% over the last year. Subscribers are valued at $100 each, and each one. So a drop in 10,000 subscribers is $1 million in revenue. So that is a well-defined problem statement, which the AI can help you with. So when I say the AI, I'm probably talking about ChatGPT or Claude or one of those models. So these are just examples of that. So basically, if I just play this video, what it'll show you, if you go into that Problems GPT, it asks you, okay, what is your the problem that you've got, and it gives you a few examples, or the problem that you're struggling with, and then you could say, my problem is with sales. So you haven't really thought about it. You just know you've got a problem with sales, and then it starts asking you, so what are you struggling with? What are the specific things? And then maybe you say, okay, event ticket sales. Okay, thanks for clarifying. Here are some questions to help you narrow down. So it gives you questions to ask yourself and for you to come up with. And then, it drags the information out of you so that you can define the problem properly. And then based on your input, here's the draft problem statement and value impact. So then if you get that problem statement done properly, then it can come out and give you a strategic brief on how to overcome that problem. And the AI, as you know, is remarkably smart in terms of solving problems or giving suggestions or even just brainstorming with you. So you see, it gives you quite an elaborate breakdown on how to solve that problem. So I'd highly recommend you guys go play with this one after you've gone to do the Job GPT thing, which basically is going to tell you how soon the bot is going to take over your job. But in this case, it's going to actually help you in your job. It's going to make you look smarter and this sort of stuff. For those of you who are in ownership of a business, or you in the C-suite of a company, you know that how important it is to be a problem solver. That's kind of your job, is to solve problems. So this specific GPT will help you to do that. Okay, so yeah, like I said, this is what it's going to look like if you get to ChatGPT. Everybody has now got access to GPTs, which is just a custom assistant. So it's a custom-made ChatGPT just for this particular thing. So if you go on to the top, you'll see there's something called Explore GPTs, and within Explore GPTs, you can just go search for something as well, and it will come up there. These are all the GPTs that are built there. And if you got the paid version, you can actually go and create your own GPT as well, which is a whole new topic that we've discussed in the past as well, but it's also very useful in this case. So yeah, I love this this little tool. I played with it a little bit, and come up with some great suggestions just in terms of my business, in terms of where to take it next. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have got any questions in terms of Job GPT, sorry, not Job GPT, the Problems GPT, or even the Job GPT. Does it make sense in terms of what this is doing? Does it look useful for you guys?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I see, Bertus, I see you joined us. That's probably right up your street as well in terms of the consulting that you do, and unpacking a problem for the client is probably one of the main tasks that you guys do.
Yeah, I came a bit late, but it looks quite interesting, so I'll play with something like that.
Oh, okay. You didn't see what I was showing. Okay, I'll give you a private lessons.
Okay.
All right, cool. Okay, that's the one thing that I wanted to show you. The other thing that I think is also great is that we all know that prompt engineering is quite a big part of getting value out of the large language models or the chatbots. So Claude, the one large language model, they had a recent engineering sort of get together within Anthropic, the company that does it, and they came up with some great tips just to improve on your prompt engineering. We did do, I think in the second week or the third week, I spoke about prompt engineering. But these are things that sort of have evolved, where people found it is those basics that you talk about, but it's also things like communicate clearly and precisely when writing prompts. So that makes absolute sense. The ability to clearly create state tasks and describe concepts is crucial. Be willing to iterate rapidly, sending many prompts in quick succession. So iterate is just kind of seeing the answer and asking for another question, seeing the answer and asking for another iteration of what it's doing. Consider edge cases and unusual scenarios when designing prompts. Think about how your prompt might fail in an atypical situation. The useful tip as well. Test your prompts with imperfect, realistic user inputs. So that means don't assume users will provide perfectly formatted and grammatically correct queries. So in other words, if you're typing in a prompt, you're going to make spelling mistakes. You're going to say the wrong things and all of those sort of things. But make sure that you check back on your prompt and that they actually have given the right instructions. Anyway, so there's quite a few nice tips and tricks in here. So you guys can go into that document and play around with it. It is actually very useful in terms of just getting your mindset right when you do your prompts for a client, for a problem. The other thing I wanted to show you, actually, also we spoke about building chatbots and the functionality of chatbots. So when so either build a chatbot in ChatGPT or you build one that sits on your website. And one of the use cases of a chatbot can be to be a lead magnet. So instead of saying, oh, download a PDF ebook or something like that, you can actually have a little widget that can help somebody with a problem that they have, and in return they give you their email address and their phone number. So this is a good example that I actually came across, where this lady, Amy Porterfield, is very well known in the world of teaching people how to create courses and training and teaching. So on her website, she says, unlock your digital course idea using AI. So turn what I could teach into a digital course. So all you have to do is go into the little chatbot that she's created and write your area of knowledge. So career coaching for women who desire C-suite roles, hit that, and it gives you a whole bunch of course topics that you could create and make a course out of it and maybe sell the course that way. So I think she gives great value to the people that she works with. And then, of course, in order to do that, you have to give her your first name, email, and then you're in the database, and she can target you with some of the other stuff that she sells and the courses that she sells. So I think a great application of using chatbots on your website. So I think that's something, just give you guys some ideas of how to implement a chatbot. Cool. The biggest part of today is actually I came across this tool or a large language model. What would you call it? A manager, so to speak. So the question is always, and we've asked it over and over again, which chatbot should I be using, or which chatbot is best for me? Is it ChatGPT? Is it Claude? Is it Gemini? Is it Mistral? Is it, I don't know, whatever else? Because we've tried them all, and I'm not sure when. Sometimes this one works better, sometimes that one works better. So, for instance, I was using ChatGPT for most of the time, the paid version, and now I'm paying for Claude. But, which one is which? And the problem is you pay $20 per prescription, right? So, you can't pay $20 for all of them. You kind of have to choose. Well, maybe some of you can do that, but the other thing is it's almost not a fair situation, because the large companies that use ChatGPT in huge amounts, they also paying $20 a month, just like you, and you may be doing 3 or 4 queries a day or conversations a day, and you're paying $20 a month. So this specific tool that I'm going to be talking to you about today, it's called Not Diamond, and basically what it allows you to do is connect to the APIs of all of those large language models, and then you can chat to all of them in the same place. So you don't have to jump around to all of those different places. And here's the cool thing. It will actually decide for you, based on your question, which large language model to use. So you don't have to make that decision. It will make that decision for you. So let's have a look at this one quickly. Let me just kind of get this started here. So if you, for instance, let me start from the beginning, and is it playing? Okay, so if you Google Not Diamond AI, it'll take you to this website over here, and it calls itself a future model. So when you get to a website like this, in the top left, you just click on chat, and it brings you to the same sort of interface that you got with most of these chatbots. But now what you can do is in the bottom over here, you can still attach files and things like that, but you can ask it a question. You could start a new chat from the top left there. And then also what you could do is you could maybe go and switch on the models that you want to see, but you might as well keep all of them on, because the model is going to decide for you. But look at that, all of them is there, all of the ones that you probably know of and that you're going to be using. So ChatGPT and all its models, Claude is there, Gemini, Llama, Perplexity, it's all inside this one model. So that's pretty cool. So if you want to start using this, you go in and you say, write a 1,000-word essay on the impact of AI on healthcare, include all relevant resources. So it starts writing that for you. And then once it's done, and you see it gives the citations and everything at the bottom, it actually tells you at the bottom here which one it decided is the best large language models for that particular query that you've used. So in this case, it says Perplexity, and bang on, that's probably the right one, because it's a research-related question. But if you are, for instance, if you don't think that is the right large language model to use for this particular query, you can always just go down to the bottom where you can copy it, or you can regenerate it. But that's a regenerate button. But there's this AI little star, regenerate with a different model. So then basically you can go and say, no, actually, I don't want it with Perplexity. I want to give it a try with Claude or Llama or whatever it is, and it will regenerate that answer for you, bring you a new answer from a new model. Now, you're getting the best of that model, and then plus, remember, the other thing is a lot of these cheap or unpaid versions that you do gives you the big use cases, but it gives you a limited amount. So you're going to be using three or four in the day, and then it says, sorry, come back tomorrow because you've used up all your credits for today. But in this case, there's no limit because you are literally paying as you go for the chats that you've done. So here's another example. Write a 1,000-word academic article on the impact of AI, include all the relevant references, and maybe to add more to that, in-text citations as well. So you want it academic, right? So you need to format it in an academic style. And it also refers to the APA style, which is kind of giving all the citations in that article. So you can see when it comes up, it uses the abstract, which is an academic paper thing, AI applications, and it gives all of that to you. And then it also gives you all the citations. And if you scroll down to the bottom, there's everything that you need in that APA style that they're talking about. And in this case, you see they use Claude 3.5. So which I also think it's in terms of writing academic papers, Claude is probably quite strong in this one. And then another example, if you say to write a creative mystery, so you want creative writing, then you can type that, and let's see which model it uses for this particular thing. It writes a nice, interesting story. And now you can see it actually used Claude 3.5. And actually, while I'm here, let me point out to you, the cost of this particular conversation is 0.07 cents. So you can see the cost is really low. So even if you're going to be using a lot, maybe you're going to be using up like, I don't know, $5 a month, $10 a month, certainly not up to the $20. Well, I don't know. And it depends on how much of the AI you're actually using. So this is I think for most people, this is going to be a more cost-effective way to use the AI. So if I just sort of scroll forward again, that's a summary that I asked it to do, and it gives me the model is GPT-4o, and that's what GPT is strong at, is summarizing documents or to do an analysis. If I upload a file, I can go look at it. It actually chose Claude 3.5 to analyze data for me and give me a report. But you can also sort of do it manually. And then one thing that I want to kind of also show you guys, when you go to the settings side, there's this thing called arena mode. So what it's doing now, it actually puts two large language models up against one another. And you'll see if I switch that on and I ask a question, it actually puts two answers next to one another from two different models. And it writes the answers for me. But it says up here, after choosing one of the responses, it'll be highlighted, and the model names and the cost or the speed metrics will be displayed underneath. So you don't actually know which one is written by which model until you've chosen one. And I think that's just a sort of to keep you honest and keep that you don't maybe have a preference in your mind and you think, oh, well, it's ChatGPT, it must be the best one. But it actually, you can make an honest choice of which one you choose. And once you've chosen it, you'll scroll down and then you'll see, sorry, just waiting for that to happen. You'll actually see that the thing at the bottom, which one it is. So there you see, this one is written by Claude 3.5. The one is written by Mistral Large 2. And again, if you compare the cost there, the Claude here is costing you 0.006 cents, and Mistral is costing you 0.04. So Claude is also the cheapest in terms of the query that you've run. So that's just using the API and things like that. So I think a super useful tool in terms of helping you decide what to do, but also helping you save money with these large language models. Cool. Is there any questions about that or comments? Do you guys see the value of maybe using this one?
So Quinton, you access it through ChatGPT, is that right? Or
No.
where do you access it?
Okay, you go, I'll show you again. If you go to the front here, and you have a look at that. If you just Google not diamond,
Oh, yeah.
you'll...
Okay. Let me just, I didn't write that down. Okay.
Okay. So not diamond will take you there, and then you can go play with it from there. So I think it's great. The thing is that these large language models or these chatbots, it's becoming a commodity in a way, because they're all competing and they're all sort of offering similar things with maybe different features and different focuses. So this is a great way to use the chatbots. Cool. Okay. Any other comments or questions around this one? No? Okay. There's another thing that I actually have had on my slides here for a while, but we always sort of run out of time. But I want to show you, for those of you who do, because I was saying, instead of using an ebook, for your lead magnet, to get people's email address and build your database, you can use a chatbot. Well, ebooks are still valid, and actually, there's quite a nice way to create an ebook using
this AI
this
tool
little
will
tool.
take your
Yeah.
idea and create a complete book, complete with design, images, layout, everything, including the content, literally in a few minutes. Watch this. So I'm using Designer, which will import content from your blog, from a Google Doc or a Word doc, or even a YouTube, depending on the plan you choose. For now, I'm going to use Word Genie, the AI feature. So all I need to do is give it an idea and then click on next. And then just tell Word Genie what audience am I targeting my book towards. Then it'll just show me a selection of titles, which I'll just choose one that catches my eye. Then it'll suggest the outline for my book, which I'm free to edit as I see fit. And now the magic happens. It will generate the full content of the ebook, ready for me to edit, tweak, and tune. And obviously, I want to make it my own so it comes across and reads really, really well. And so from here now, it's saved as a draft, or I can simply choose a template. And there are hundreds of templates to choose from, and all of these are totally customizable. You can change anything, the images, the style, any of the text, whatever you want. So this one looks perfect for my niche, passion, grit, and success. All these images can be changed once I'm in the editor, and I can see I could do worksheets, I could do all sorts within this template. So now you can see all my content from my draft has been pulled into this template, and all the content's been laid out into single column, double column, images have been put in the right place. But of course, I can now customize and change anything. So if I don't like a chapter heading page, perhaps that image doesn't work for me, I can search my inbuilt image search tool and just select another image, and it will just load it just like that. Any adjustments to the layout, to the style, I can just do with a couple of clicks. On the right, you can see all my navigation there, all laid out. And again, just changing images is just a few clicks, including the layout. If I don't want a double column layout and I want a single column, then I can just change it. And of course, I could do that manually as well, but it's a lot faster to use the inbuilt presets that are all set up, because, within a few minutes, I've got my whole ebook all done and ready for publishing. So all that's left now for me to click publish, and it produces this beautiful PDF all ready to go. Or I can just click another button and select Flipbook, and I've got a Flipbook which I can share with my audience. Designers are well established.
So there you go. And I know for you guys in marketing, it's often creating a lead generation items is often sort of a big holdup before you can start your whole campaign. You want to start your Facebook campaign or your LinkedIn campaign, but you don't have a decent sort of lead generator. So this is definitely a way that you can do that fairly quickly, and tick that job done in your marketing campaign. So this tool is called Designer. I actually want to also show you guys within the website, I've got a list of useful tools that I quickly wanted to reference for you guys. Again, if you sign up for the full membership, you get access to all of these documents. It's a little bit better organized than this, but I wonder if I should. So there's one called Useful AI Tools. It will be let me just wait for this one to load. So this particular tools, this is something else we can discuss one day, but this is all in the document where it gives you all of sort of AI capabilities and that type of thing. Where did I have Designer? I'm sure I had Designer in here as a tool. Oh my goodness, I don't see it on this side.
What's the link? What's the link to Designer?
Yeah, I think again, Gary, if you could just Google it. What I wanted to do is actually give you an affiliate link that I have. So I'll send that. I'll find it just now and I'll put it up here for you guys to use. But it is just called Designer. What do you think? What do you think of the tool, Gary?
Strong, eh? Yeah, very good.
Makes sense, in terms of.
Yeah, if you write ebooks, you got to have it. Yeah.
Okay. So any other comments or questions before we have a look at the AI news of the week? No? Okay, cool. So this week, this sort of article came out with the ROI on generative AI. Does that sound familiar? So ROI, I didn't write this. Somebody else wrote it. So I thought it caught my eye. Just in terms of the tangible ROI that people are getting from in enterprises, in large companies. So you'll see the kind of benefits people are getting. So Klarna, which have leveraged AI to elevate their customer support. So they're saying our AI assistant now performs the work of 700 employees, reducing the average resolution time from 11 minutes to just 2 minutes. With the customer support data while maintaining customer satisfaction scores as human agents. Salesforce is another one. I think we mentioned it last week. They're saying we're seeing double-digit percentage increase in customer satisfaction and deflection rate compared to old technologies. Amazon has migrated their Java JDK applications. That's saving the company $260 million. It almost sounds unreal, but this is a report from Amazon, and they're saying they save 4,500 developer years compared to what it would have otherwise have costed. So phenomenal results that people are getting out of AI. eBay is saying, for users of the new selling flow, we observed a 20-point increase in CSAT and a material reduction in the average listing time as well. Yum Brands, the people who have got Taco Bell, but I think in South Africa it's KFC and places like that. But they also rolling AI out, and they're excited to announce that given the encouraging results, the team has accelerated the rollout. We now have technology in over 100 Taco Bell stores. Manulife is another company. They're based on results. We anticipate a 17% uplift in repurchase rates from customers. And here's another one, Rocket Mortgage. They seamlessly generate over 300,000 detailed transcripts from every outbound calls. Walmart is using it. They're saying, we've used multiple large language models to create over 850 million pieces of data in the catalog. So that's incredible. So the online catalog that Walmart has got was cleaned up, and new things, new descriptions, new titles, all of that sort of stuff put in their site. To 850 million pieces of data created there. MasterCard is using it, achieving a 20% increase in accuracy. So you can see everybody of the large companies that are going full tilt with AI is getting results. Cool. So OpenAI has been talking about Strawberry for the last few months. We've spoken about Strawberry as well. It's the new large language model that is coming. Now, this latest article says it'll be here in 2 weeks. So I don't know if that is true, because OpenAI doesn't often tell. But basically, this Strawberry is going to be the GPT-5 or the the Uber, the new thing. And it's going to have reasoning-focused artificial intelligence. So it's just not just going to give us answers. It's actually going to be able to reason with us and talk back and forth in terms of its capability. This is also where we're hoping some of that, or they will release that conversational style, ultra realistic voice conversation. Strawberry is different from other models of its ability to think before responding, rather than immediately answering a query. According to the report, Strawberry is part of GPT, and while Strawberry is a part of GPT, it's a standalone offering. So I don't know how much of it is going to actually be included in ChatGPT 5, or whether that's something that you're going to have to pay extra for. We'll have to see. So Apple brought out the iPhone, Apple Intelligence instead of AI. It's Apple Intelligence. They bring in the iPhone 16. So before you go out to buy the iPhone 16, or if you're thinking about it, it's going to have AI as writing tools. It's going to have video generation on your phone, natively built into the phone. It's going to be able to control your phone. It's going to have ChatGPT integration. It's going to have email updates, email in, or AI in your email, AI in your search. Siri is going to be better, speak to you in a more natural way, and it's going to have private cloud compute. So the thing is that this does is it brings AI to you. So you don't need to learn ChatGPT, no confusing AI apps to navigate. You just pick up your iPhone and go. That's the tagline. So this is maybe a way for some people to get a bit closer to the AI. Another tool that's updating is Gamma. Remember, that's the presentation text to presentation AI tool, which is fantastic. If you create PowerPoint presentation, you have to go and play with Gamma. I think a large part of it is for free, and it will literally create a very glossy looking, professional looking PowerPoint presentation for you, which you can export into PowerPoint. But they've now imported Flux. Now, remember, we've spoken about Flux as the image generator that is probably the highest quality in terms of AI images, and it can spell, Gary, and it creates the most realistic looking AI images that are out there. So, and plus in Gamma, you're also going to get ideogram as another option. So Gamma is, for me, is also, it's like Canva. You know, Canva has been around forever, and it's got a lot of cool functions, and it makes designing easy. But they're also bringing a lot of AI into their tool. Like, for instance, they added in Leonardo as a AI image generator. Now Gamma has got that as well. Closer to home, the SARS is now using AI, and it's going to actually improve efficiencies. So you guys won't be able to hide all of those income anymore, because SARS will find it. Basically, it's saying at least 2 government departments are embracing their future by using artificial intelligence to improve efficiency and deliver better outcomes. So SARS has paid back about 22.5 billion rands in refunds to about 2.6 million customers. So they're not just using it to catch you out, they're actually using it to close cases and to finish up cases so they can pay you back your refund. That's an average of over 8,000 rand per taxpayer, which is great for the economy. And then SARS is now able to provide an assessment outcome in under 7 seconds. So if is Martin still here? Martin, SARS can do your tax assessment in under 7 seconds. That's pretty quick, eh? Then
Yes,
compared
I've noticed that.
Is it? Have you actually seen that happen?
I've seen that happen. Yes, you submit a return and then immediately you get an automatic assessment, but there can be problems with that because the assessment can be deficient in some ways.
Oh, okay. So you still have to check
Yeah.
the. Okay, so we just
Yes.
be careful with that, but at least it's super fast. You don't have to wait. What did it used to take? Like days, weeks?
Yeah, much longer, yes, for sure.
Yeah, very interesting. So SARS is using AI now as well. For you guys that's not in South Africa, SARS is our IRS, it's our tax collector. So they're using AI. And yeah, and that's basically all that I've got for you guys today. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, or anything you guys heard about AI and things that you're using in your life.
Thanks, Quentin. That was interesting. We have to digest it before we say too much.
I have a
Cool.
question for you.
Yes,
Uh,
Jeff.
the iPhone suggest is surprising because AI using OpenAI ChatGPT costs money. I mean, it costs money per second, and and how can they put it? How are they doing this? Putting it on the phone is going to be billions of minutes of use.
Yeah.
How is it Apple's own AI now they're using this? You said that with ChatGPT, with OpenAI.
Yes,
I
specifically.
mean, I can't believe it. I mean, how are they going to pay? How are they paying for it?
Exactly. I think this took a while in discussions between the two companies. I saw it months ago. They were talking one another. But most of the other AI that is used on the phone is inside the iPhone's ecosystem, if you want to call it that, because
Okay.
Apple is very closed up and doesn't usually let things, and they're very conscious about safety and privacy and all of those sort of things. However, if you want to use ChatGPT now from your phone and you click on it, it's going to ask you explicitly, you are now leaving Apple's safety to go to ChatGPT. Do you really want to do this?
Okay.
And yes, it's doing that. It doesn't answer your question about the costs, because that is very interesting. I mean, we saw, even though the API cost is maybe 0.006 cents, but you're right, if millions or billions of people around the world is using ChatGPT, well, it won't be everybody, because it's only people with iPhone 16, the latest model. But still, as it grows, surely there's a cost calculating. So maybe they just
but you're right about
the
the limited things, like with the making movies out of your pictures. It's not make a movie on anything. It's make a movie out of your pictures. That can be totally on the phone.
Exactly.
Chip. Okay, so that's one way to do it.
Yeah, I think Google is also going to go in that direction for their new phones. They're going to have AI on the phones, and you're going to have a Gemini version, but it's not in the cloud. It's Gemini on your phone. So it's incredible. A lot of the open source models you can now download onto your PC and run it straight off your PC. So lot more privacy that way.
So is it localized? If it's a localized AI, it must be a special chip for doing that. It can't be put on anything.
Yeah, I think that's why they're also providing people with smaller types. It's not the large language models; it's almost small language models now that they're developing as well. So they're making the models a little bit smaller so that they can sit on your machine, but you still have to have a decent sized machine to run these things. So I haven't tried to download these things onto my machine. I'm happy with doing it in the cloud. But I think at some point it's probably going to be the way to go, is to do stuff on your machine. But you're going to need a fair size machine for that.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Cool, man. Okay, everybody.
Sorry, Quentin, it's Harry.
Yes, Harry.
Quentin, can I ask you, how do you make money out of this? So what's your ideal outcome? Let's say if the right person was watching, and how would you then interact with such a person to make money? So, for example, myself or my business.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm glad you asked that question. Thanks, Harry. It gives me the opportunity to talk about my membership as well at the moment. So if you guys are all guests, and a couple of you are members of my VIP membership. So for the VIP membership, you pay a little bit every month, and you get access to all of the recordings, the documents, tons of stuff that I put in the library for you to access and to go learn more about AI in your own time. So that's the membership. But I am also available as a consultant to businesses. So I can, if you wanted me to help you deep dive into your particular business, I can help you find some solutions with the AI for you.
Okay, great. Thanks, Quentin. It's certainly a massive field and something we can't ignore.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just accelerating all the time.
I thought he was asking, how do we make money with AI? All of us. And just to tell a quick story, I'm at the local JCC in Pittsburgh. I was just talking to a German programmer. I don't know if you met him yet, Quentin. His name is Rudy, and he's got a talking avatar. There's got an avatar connected to open AI, ChatGPT, and it's wonderful. It listens to you. And it responds with an emotions in its voice and all kinds of things. And so I was talking to him. I said, "What about an information kiosk for a place like this where I am? It has a schedule all day of 50 different things going on. Could it be an information kiosk type business?" And he said, "I'll see why not." So I said, "Well, let me go talk to somebody." I went down the hall and I met the marketing person about 5 minutes ago. I said, "What do you think about having something like that?" She went like, "You could do that? You could do." I said, "Yeah." She said, "How much work would it take?" I said, "You upload the schedule every day or every month, and that's all you do." She said, "Oh my God, that sounds incredible. Here's my email. Send me more details." And I was looking on the web. I can't find anybody else that does that right now.
Yeah.
Now it would have a cost, and it would have to limit the amount of interactions. But if it was a local chip, with a lot of the detail on it, maybe it wouldn't cost that much. But he's got the streaming costs for the avatar are high. But
Okay.
the amount of time it could save her, and the amount of people asking questions, and the amount of the satisfaction would provide the members would be amazing. So
Absolutely.
there's a business.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why I call this group ROI from AI, because I believe that, if you do your sums right, and the AI tool is costing you $20 a month, but you getting $2,000 worth of ROI out of it, either in saving or making more sales, or, just having better strategies, or saving on tax, or whatever it is, then it's worth it. Then you're getting your ROI from AI. Yeah, cool. All right, everybody.
Thanks, Quentin.
I'll chat to you guys next week again.
Thanks, keep
Okay.
well.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks a lot, Quentin.
Thank you.
I'll
Thanks,
talk to you soon.
Quentin.